Your Daily 180, 180 seconds of pure Bible study.
All right, we're beginning John chapter 1, verse number 19 today. We're going to talk a little bit about John the Baptist. Verse number 19 says, "Now this is the testimony of John." And we're going to get into what happens when we're going to see Jews sent priests and Levites from Jerusalem to interrogate him. And in essence, what happens, remember, I said the prologue is like an attorney's opening statement to the jury. In this trial, I'm going to prove, and I will show you, and I will have evidence that, and on and on and on. And that's what the prologue was. Now we're getting into the meat, and the first witness is called to the stand, and it's John the Baptist. Now let's talk just a little bit about John the Baptist. Let's dive into John the Baptist just a little bit before we get into the text. In the Gospel of John, he's just referred to as John. That phrase, the Baptist, obviously, and you know this already, I'm sure, that hasn't got to do with a religion, but the act of immersing. The word baptizo from the Greek was kind of carried over into the English language. They took baptismo or baptizo and they brought it over into the English language and they created a word. But it means, if it's properly translated, it means to immerse, to submerge, to plunge, okay? And so that's what he was about. Now, it's interesting, his parents were faithful Hebrews. His father was a priest, so he was of the tribe of Aaron, but his mother was also of the tribe of Aaron, so you might say he was a full-blooded Levite or full-blooded descendant of the household of Aaron, which was the priestly tribe, all right? We see that he was a righteous man before God, Luke chapter 1 and verse number 6, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of God. And then I want you to notice this. I'll list several things, and I'll do my best to remember to put this up. You might remind us when I don't put these graphics up. Let me just tell you this real quickly about John. John the Baptist had a unique mission. Chapter 1, verse number 23. He preached in a limited area. Matthew chapter 3, verse number 1. He preached a confrontational message. Matthew chapter 3. He lived a counterculture life. Matthew 3:4. He insisted on the essentiality of baptism. Mark 1, verse number 4. He had a humble spirit. Matthew 3:11 through 14. And his numbers decreased. Now that's amazing because today, he might not be a very popular preacher. He might be considered a failure by many. But in the Scripture, he is an absolute essential part in the redemptive plan. Join us again.